It was the big story from this weekend, the ANC resolving to keep its 2017 step-aside resolution, but the party says it must be applied fairly. The Limpopo and KwaZulu-Natal regions wanted the rule scrapped. They say it's being used as a political weapon against certain members. Now, closing the policy conference yesterday, President Ramaphosa says the rule will stay to maintain the integrity of the ANC and its leaders. Opinion is now divided, even within the party, on whether it emerged stronger from this three-day gathering. Here's our report with Newzroom Afrika's Zanele Ngubela.
There was seemingly nothing new coming out of the ANC Policy Conference about how the governing party proposes to transform and grow the South African economy. Delegates proposed that South Africa's high unemployment, currently sitting at 34.5%, be declared a national crisis. But this did not gain traction as it was not adopted by the conference. Instead, the conference revived the contentious issue of the nationalisation of the Reserve Bank and the creation of a state bank. ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa reiterated this recommendation when he closed the conference.
The delegates urged the ANC government to find mechanisms to restructure the ownership of the bank in a manner and at a pace that takes account of the likely cost implications for the fiscus.
In a bid to renew the ANC and deal with corruption in the tendering process, the conference also called for the procurement process to be made more transparent.
We have agreed to propose that the procurement system should by law be more open, more transparent, building on the initiatives for greater public access to all tender information. This conference has demonstrated more clearly that more than ever before, our common commitment to rid our organization of factionalism, patronage and corruption, and to renew and to rebuild our organization is quite an urgent mission.
Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana told Newzroom Afrika that the nationalization of the Reserve Bank would need to be resolved at the elective conference in December, as some in the ANC want a different approach to monetary policy.
If people are confronted with a particular situation, for instance in the circumstances where they believe that they can utilize monetary policy in a different way, and the best way to do that is nationalization. I'm not necessarily saying I agree that's the best option, but people want solutions to the challenge they're facing of poverty, unemployment, and income inequality. So they're throwing around a number of instruments, and we should not be we should be sensitive to such views.
On the other hand, COSATU has welcomed Ramaphosa's plan to rope in the private sector more to solve the challenges faced by the power utility Eskom. But it says it wants more details about how the plan will support economic transformation.
What we're trying to push from our side is that renewable energy might be the future. Of course, it will take some time, but if the state does not enter that space, it may mean electricity is going to be very expensive. In fact, the production of energy through the IPPs is very, very high, is that Eskom is subsidizing. And the details of what the president has promised, we don't understand it as yet. We hope to meet when the president to unbundle what it means in terms of the pronouncement that he has made.
While the creation of a state bank and the nationalization of the central bank will come at a cost to the national fiscus, details of how the National Treasury will deal with Eskom's 400 billion rand debt are expected to be announced at the medium-term budget in October, which will also come at a cost to the public purse. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Xolani Mbanjwa in Johannesburg.